Here's Baltimore City Schools dealt with a teacher attrition problem. In the last 3 years alone, more than 2,500 have voluntarily left.
WMAR 2 News' investigative reporter Skylar Henry sat down with leaders in the school system trying to figure out why it's been happening at such a rapid rate.
They were painting it to look like a mountain.
Baltimore City Schools has a problem. School CEO Dr. Sonja Santelises won't deny it, and she's trying to get ahead of it. It's a mass exodus of teachers.
Is that interruption of having a new teacher every year, that official term is teacher churn, negatively impacts some of our most vulnerable students. And families know that.
The numbers at first glance are staggering. Hundreds of teachers are leaving annually, voluntarily. Santelises says it's a trend that predates when she arrived, and she's right.
So part of what we have to ask ourselves is where are teachers most vulnerable and which teachers are leaving. Some of the attrition is good attrition, right? Some of the attrition is if you are in a profession, you think you want to be a teacher, you realize it's not for you. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Santelises' arrival in 2016 marked at the time the second highest number of teachers leaving the district in the last 10 years. 1 year in, and the numbers went from 815 teachers leaving to 902 teachers calling it quits. The challenge, Santelises says, is finding out why so many teachers are leaving and what she can do to stop it.
That it's usually not one thing. It's usually a combination of things. And we have incredibly dedicated teachers who work in less than ideal physical circumstances, but because of the colleagues they work with, because of the professional satisfaction they're receiving, the physical conditions aren't as large as a factor, even though they would love for them to change.
Those physical circumstances have been the last straw in some cases. Other teachers claim it's the pay, and a few touched on being put in challenging schools without proper resources. One thing it is not, most teachers we spoke to said, was the students.
We've always, for generations, had ails in our community. There was drugs, alcohol, crime. Back from great-grandparents, you know, we've had these issues. But when you entered that school building, that was just a whole nother world. You know, and regardless of what was going on in your home, you know, when you came to school, it was a safe haven. You were learning.
But it's the quality of teachers. Santelises says she worries that may leave the district, those who resonate with students and leave a lasting impact for the better.
We could do better. We could do better in making sure we're placing our newest teachers not in the most challenging circumstances. And other professions don't do that.
In Baltimore, Skylar Henry, WMAR 2 News.
Dr. Santelises says there will always be attrition and that the state has a teacher attrition problem. In addition to keeping good teachers around, they're hoping to create supportive professional environments to keep as many teachers as possible.